going to school, getting a degree, getting a full-time job, and saving money. And that's what we have been brought up since we were young. What if there are other ways to reach our financial destinations or financial goals much sooner? Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe, and today I'm making a review video on this finance book, Millionaire Fastlane, written by MJ DeMarco. And we will be going over some key lessons and commitments explained by the author about building a business. And if you're interested in starting a business or want to learn more about Millionaire Fastlane book, then I will suggest to stay until the very end of this video. And now let's get started. The first thing that came to my mind after reading the title of this book is that, wow, this must be a scam. Like the word millionaire and the fast lane, like they don't go hand in hand, right? Like in reality, like acquiring $1 million in like fast, like quick and easy, like what's happening here? That is my personal opinion when I saw this title of this book. But however, after going through some top recommended books of all time in the finance niche, and I found that Millionaire Fastlane book is one of the most recommended books of all time. So I was like, why don't I give it a try? And I did read the book, and this book is by far one of the best books of all time about entrepreneurship. The author MJ DeMarco says that in a lifespan, people tend to follow one of the three roadmaps: the sidewalk lane, the slow lane, and the fast lane. And these roadmaps are made up of the vehicles you drive because only you can drive to your own financial destination. Your speed is the ability to implement the idea, and your roads are the pathways that lead to wealth. Now let's talk about the people in the sidewalk lane. And people in the sidewalk lane have a very interesting approach towards money. And interesting as in like negative approach. As soon as they get paid from their job, they spend it right away on needs and also wants, and they don't think about the future, but they live on the present. However, this does not mean that people in this sidewalk lane are poor. People making high income can also be in this group if they are spending lavishly, spending more than they earn, and they live on the present instead of focusing on the future. They focus on living the best in the moment, like in the present, instead of focusing on their future, like preparing for the future. These type of people follow instant gratification, which leads them to buy more of the items that they don't need and piling up debt along the way. Even though it might be fun, entertaining, and fulfilling at a temporary time frame, but for long term, it is not a great approach towards life. The people in the slow lane represents the majority of people who are working a full-time job, working paycheck to paycheck, and working for a better future in their retirement. This idea isn't a sure way, but it also takes years and years to see results. It becomes an endless cycle of working multiple hours per week and also multiple jobs per week in order to save more money, and also investing it in retirement accounts such as 401k and Roth IRA in order to live a better lifestyle, a stable lifestyle in retirement. But the author points out that what's the point of having more money when you're old, tired, and probably on a wheelchair? There is no guarantee that the investments in retirement account are going to make profits when you retire, because the investments are tied to the stock market, and stock market is something that you cannot control. By the time you retire and suddenly a recession happens, knock on wood, it doesn't happen, hopefully, but if it happens, then you will see a huge dip in your net worth that is tied to the stock market. And as you know, stock market is very volatile and no one can see what's gonna happen in the next 10 years or 20 years in the market. So if you think about those scenarios, then the slow lane is not the safest option after all. And that is why the author suggests to avoid the slow lane at any cost. However, this is not a financial advice. Everyone's finance situation is different, and so I would suggest you do your own research before making any financial decisions. According to the author, the fast lane does not necessarily mean that getting rich is easy, but rather getting rich quick. And also, according to his definition of quick means around 10 years or less than 10 years. So if you compare getting rich in 40 years versus getting rich in 10 years, then of course 10 years is quicker than 40 years, right? And he also says that getting rich quick doesn't mean getting rich in weeks or months, because that's quite impossible. It is a process that takes time to build and also develops like a business, so that it will give you time, freedom, and also options later on, so that you have full control of your income and your time. And in a fast lane lifestyle, you don't have to wait until retirement to enjoy your life. Instead, you can have fun according to your plans. Throughout our lives, we have heard this cliche many times that money doesn't grow on trees. But according to MJ DeMarco, it does when you build a tree that grows your money. For example, you can create a software system that charges people for their usage on a monthly or yearly basis, like a subscription plan, and then you can make a lot of money in that way. And when you upgrade the software to add more value to your customers, then you can charge more money to your customers, and that will allow you to increase your profit as a software system. In this way, your profit margin is a lot more than the time and the cost distributed to the business. And also, building a software system is not the only way to grow a money tree. There are other ways that you can do to grow your money tree. The author also talks about the rental system, where you are renting out your real estate to your tenants and get paid monthly income, like rent, because that money generated is not tied to the time that you put in, like in a full-time job. Basically, you're not trading time for money to make that rental income. Another way MJ DeMarco talks about building a money tree is to build a content system. And basically, you are creating content on blogs, like creating a blog post or putting content on social media, on YouTube, like the search engine. So when you are building a content system, you can create ad revenue when you have a good amount of audience and get paid for the watch time, and also you can run sponsorship or brand deals in the future. However, you have to be aware that building a money tree takes time and it doesn't appear magically, right? There is no magic formula to have a money tree. You have to put effort and your time and commitment. One thing to keep in mind is that you can't grow a money tree just by itself. Like, it doesn't appear magically. You have to work for it. You have to build by spending time, putting effort, and show commitment, not just interest, but commitment to your goals. And the next lesson that I learned from this book, Millionaire Fastlane, is that you need to be a producer than being a consumer. In order to grow a money tree, we need to build businesses. It is important to think as a producer rather than a consumer. For example, next time when you look at a food product, don't just focus on the recipe of that product, but rather think about how that food product is making a profit. Focus on the advertising ways or the selling methods. Or if you see a software system on the web, then you should be thinking like, I wonder how much it cost them to build this software. Did they hire any additional labor for extra help? Or is it just them? Another lesson that I learned from MJ DeMarco is that you can achieve success by showing interest. Once you found your interest, you must be committed to that interest until you get a tangible result. It is not an easy process. Of course, it takes time, commitment, and your effort. Learning a new knowledge or information is very important to grow your business. Just like Warren Buffett said, investing in yourself is the best investment of all time. Nowadays, knowledge is available for free. You can go to library or you can go to the internet and it's just a click away. But what you need is the commitment to learn and commitment to improve yourself to the next level. Now let's move on to the factors that are necessary to become rich quickly. According to MJ DeMarco, in order to become a millionaire, you have to follow these commandments. And there are 5 commandments that MJ DeMarco talks about in this book. And we're going to go through one by one right now. The first commandment is the Commandment of Need. According to MJ DeMarco, most businesses fail because they don't meet their customers' needs. So for the businesses to thrive in the market, they need to provide what their customers need. and the businesses should add value to their customers in one way or another. Or the businesses should find solutions to the problems that their customers are facing in exchange for money. And second, we have Commandment of Entry, which means you should be building a business in an environment where there is a low chance of your competitors entering the market. In other words, you should start a business that is difficult to replicate by your competitors. So I'm going to give you an example where there is a low barrier to entry versus high barrier to entry. So for low barrier to entry, think about the TikTok, right? Like short videos. Everyone can do short videos right now. It's like, taking video for 30 seconds and boom, you make a video already. So because of the easiness of TikTok videos, there are a lot of people entering into this TikTok platform, like creating content, and also the TikTok is very saturated and it's very competitive right now. Versus, let's talk about high barrier to entry. So think about commercial real estate, right? So for commercial real estate, like think about 400 units apartment. Not everyone in the United States can afford to invest in a 400 unit apartment building complex. So therefore, only high accredited investor or like people who are making like millions and millions of dollars each year will be able to invest in those commercial real estate buildings, and thus lowering the competition in the real estate marketplace. And the third step is the Commandment of Control. It's hard to build a business if you can't control the selling price of your products or the selling methods of your products. For example, think about multi-level marketing, right? Like a lot of people are trying to sell you some stuff and you also selling the stuff to other people, and it's the whole thing is in chaos, right? It's really hard to build a business out of multi-level marketing. And coming up next is the Commandment of Ladder. If you want to make a lot of money, you have to build a business that has the potential to scale up. As the author said, you have to impact millions to make millions. You need to make sure your business keeps up with the current trend and also stay relevant in the marketplace. And the last but not least is the Commandment of Time. According to the author, your business productivity should not depend on your time distribution. According to the author, if you have to show up 9 to 5 in your business and keep investing your time in that business, then it's not actually true wealth. For example, you need to hire a team who will take the tasks from your plate so that you can be productive on other things that you're passionate about, and still your business is growing because of your team. The idea is you need to build a money tree that becomes self-sufficient at some point. That's a wrap for now. I hope you get a ton of value out of this video. I would recommend you to read this book because this book contains full of gems. And of course, in this video, I cannot cover all the lessons that contain in this book. Otherwise, this video will be so long. So if you are interested in personal finance and entrepreneurship, this book is a must read. And I put the link in the description so that you can check it out and buy the book from there. That's my affiliate link, and that helps support this channel if you buy it from this link. So thank you if you use my affiliate link to buy this book. Again, thank you for watching. I make videos on personal finance, investing, entrepreneurship, and lifestyle videos. So if one of those topics interests you, then I would suggest to subscribe my channel down below, and also hit the notification bell so that you get updates on whenever I upload new videos just like this. And also make sure you get free stocks from Webull because they are giving you more than 10 free stocks, which is a good deal, and you're getting free money by signing up for Webull. So make sure you get some free stocks down below in the description. And thanks again. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.